This is Donna with More Than a Review, and I am here with Lynette Eason. And if you follow us at all, you have seen interviews because I'm just a huge fan of hers. And I tell you, most recently, my husband and I lost our lab, and I was telling Lynette, like, her book is what finally got me out of that funk, that I was just able to pick it up. And you know, at first I couldn't even read. It was just crazy, like, especially for an avid reader. You guys know how that is. And so I was telling her, you know, her writing matters, and I just highly recommend that to any of you readers, to let the authors know, like, when their writing impacts you, because it does.
We like to hear.
Yeah.
We like. I mean, we don't like to hear that you lost your dog. I lost mine in January of 14 years, and so I know how that feels. And I cried. I have a new puppy now, though. But oh my word, I'm like, what did I do myself? But it does matter, and we really appreciate hearing that.
Yeah, no, it does. So tell us a little bit about, like, do you feel like writing now is any different than when you started? Like, does it get easier? Does the environment change so much that you have to change with it?
It's very different. In some ways, and still is still very much the same in other ways. It's harder in the sense that I've written so many stories. It's coming up with new ways to kill people. I don't. No, I'm just kidding. Fiction, y'all, fiction. And I'm older, and so my brain has slowed down, I think. I don't. And so it does take me longer these days to write a book than it did in the earlier days, which is still pretty fast. I mean, I'm a pretty fast writer, and I'm not a first draft writer. Like, I don't just turn in a first draft most of the time. It takes me a little longer, I think. And but I have actually been with the same publishers from the time I started back in 2006, 2007, when I first got the call that, you know, they wanted to buy my book. And so in that way, it's gotten easier because I've developed that relationship, and I can go straight to, you know, my editor and say, hey, you know, I need a little more time, or what do you think about this idea, and that kind of stuff, without feeling like I'm intruding, or I know they want me to do that because they want to give me the feedback. So I mean, and you know, it's a little bit of both. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense or not, but yeah.
What would you tell your younger writing self?
I actually would tell my younger writing self to take care of the physical body, because I have focused so much on writing and meeting deadlines and taking care of my family and making sure nobody felt neglected because I was over here on my laptop and, you know, and all that. And so I really have not taken care of myself. And I can't, you know, you really need to do that. So now I'm on this fitness health kick, and, you know, kicking sugar, and
goodness.
It's not going that well, but I did join CrossFit, so if you don't hear from me in a while, I'm dead. But,
don't break anything that impacts writing.
Because I mean, you spend so much time, you know, sitting, and just be physical and take care of yourself, eat well, and it's because that's so important.
I know. We all hit these milestone ages, and we're like, you want to tell all the younger people, take care of yourself.
It's super important. Yeah, that's the main thing. And I guess don't stress about life so much. I was like, don't stress about life so much. Be more relaxed. I am so much more relaxed now than I used to be. I used to be so type A and high strung and high maintenance. I don't know high maintenance, but high strung, and now I'm just like, whatever. Nothing really bothers me that much. Except when people steal money out of my console when they're supposed to be valet parking my car.
Yes, I heard about those stories. I heard about those stories.
Yeah, I was not happy about that. But it was fun. I got to file a police report, so I know the whole procedure now for my book.
That'll be an upcoming book. That is funny. You can use for life.
He stole my Tic Tacs too. I was not happy about that. I almost missed those more than money. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that much.
Funny.
And he left a lighter in behind. Did I tell you that? Yeah, he left a lighter.
So you're trying to get fingerprints?
Oh, Katie probably told you. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting off track here. Go ahead.
But you know what? That helps us know, like, things that happen to you guys just like it does to us.
I know.
I think we put you on a pedestal sometimes.
I know. So yeah, so I called the police, filed a police report. Now my suspense brain is working overtime. Like, are they gonna like do something to my car to make it break down on the way home, or because they weren't happy I called the police.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
I'm like, but I left something in my car. I was like, what if you put something illegal in there and I get stopped?
Oh,
I was like, hello, no, that's not good. You can't do that.
Yeah, you're like, you don't understand how my brain works.
I know, exactly.
I'm like not your normal person here. I've already thought through these scenarios way before you have. Oh, well, so speaking of that, let's talk about the police.
Okay, let's talk about the books.
That's a great intro. So tell us a little bit about, because we have the first book in the series and then the one that just came out, which is closing it out. So
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about this series.
Okay, so the Blue Justice series is about a family of law enforcement, kind of like Blue Bloods, and Blue Bloods is actually where I got the idea. And I was like, the season ended, and I was like, no, I want more. And so I was like, well, I just make up something. And so I came up with the series idea. Of course, it was like I was in the middle of the series, before that, the Elite Guardian series that came before that, and so I had to wait until I finished because I usually sell one series ahead. Like right now, I have another series waiting on me after I finish the
this
thing. Yeah, this one. So, but anyway, so I got the idea from that, and I just started creating characters and writing down ideas for scenes and storylines and that kind of stuff. And that was fun. I did that. I actually took a break from writing the other series, the other book that I was working on at the time, and just completely brainstormed the series, the characters, and all that. And it really made me want to write it, but that's okay. And then I got back into the other series. I jump around. That's okay. That's what authors do. But Link and Allie are the characters in Vow of Justice, and they are both FBI agents, so they have quite the adventure.
They do, and that's good. And it was good to finally get Link's story too. I think you're always like waiting for like when is each character going to get their story.
Yeah.
So,
And people ask me about Derek and Ruthie, and I'm like, they have their stories in the novellas, and I guess people aren't aware. Maybe I don't know if they don't follow my newsletter or that kind of thing.
Yep.
They may not know that these stories are in the novellas.
Yeah.
And so Ruthie and Derek both have stories. And Derek's story is in Tanner Hollow. So.
And that's how I saw it, was I think on your social media. Someone mentioned that, and that's how I found out it was in there.
Yeah.
So that was good. Yeah.
So he does get his story. Everybody is worried about Derek. Derek gets his story.
So tell us about the one coming out in January.
Yeah, I think it's January. Collateral Damage is the first book in the Danger Never Sleeps series. And it's about Brooke and Asher, and they're both serving in Afghanistan when Kabul, when the story opens, and there's an explosion and things happen from there. She's actually discharged from the military and come home, and then heals because she's wounded in the blast, and that kind of thing. And but there's somebody is after her for a reason, and it has to do with what happened when she was actually in the military. So,
okay.
I'll let you read and find out.
Don't give us too much away. Yeah. So Lynette, I always like to end with something, and I've interviewed you several times, so you've already told us a lot of like what people may not know about you. But for new readers, like what do you think would surprise them about you?
I don't know. What did I say last time?
Last time, you've talked about having the hearing aids.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wear hearing aids. Yeah, I wear hearing aids. I know sign language and ASL. I used to teach in a deaf school. Yeah. So, yeah.
And I think that was encouraging to people out there who sometimes struggle with that. Like, because I even know a few people. So I think it's always good to share the stories. I don't really consider myself disabled most of the time, but it's like when I'm sitting in a large group and there's all this noise going on around me and I'm trying to hear the person in front of me, or I don't have any trouble like this, but in large groups, especially like at meals and restaurants and stuff, it's very hard for me to really hear what's going on. And so was a conference challenging?
Yeah, and it can be really exhausting. That's why I take a lot of breaks, and I go upstairs and I just rest my ears and my brain, and because I really have to focus on a lot of speech reading and body language, and I'm really constantly always on. And so it's hard.
So does that help with your books, even because you're just constantly watching body language and?
I think so.
Yeah, I bet it helps with dialogue.
Yeah, I think it does.
All right. Thank you so much.
No,
You're
thank
so
you.
gracious to let me interview you over and over. I tell people I started out as a book reviewer and turned to interviewing authors because I just wanted to meet authors. And I was like, it's totally worked out that
Oh, well, that's wonderful. We
Yeah.
appreciate you very much. So
Uh-huh.
we appreciate what you do. So
I love
and it's
it.
fun. I love doing it. So
I do
it's all good.
too. I do too. Thank you guys for joining us.